Hi everyone, welcome to Budget with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany. I'm a 43-year-old married cash budgeter living in Minnesota, and I'm so excited to have you here today. I'm going to be doing my first cash stuffing of March. In my last video, I did a budget with me, and I basically showed how I take the money that we earned in February, budget it for the month of March, and then also break it down week by week for what will be cash stuffed each week. And I forgot to include the cash breakdown for the denominations and everything. So I've just kind of wanted to show that we've got each of our categories here, how much is going to be cash stuffed this week, broken down by each of the denominations, and then on the second page got the rest of them. So I'm going to set this aside and refer to that while I'm doing my cash stuffing. So today we are going to be cash stuffing $1,468. So I am going to pull out the handy dandy calculator. So we've got $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $700. 50, 150, 200 in 50s. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, so 340 in 20s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110 in 10s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10. 110 in 5s. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in 1s. So that's $1,468 as planned. So let's start with our variable expense binder. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. I'm filming this on March 1st, right before we head out on our trip. We leave tomorrow morning. But by the time I actually post this, we'll actually be back from our trip. Partly just the way that it worked out filming wise, but also just for security reasons. I didn't really want to share the exact date that we were leaving and weren't going to be in our house and have that be publicly available on YouTube. So I also kind of intentionally made it so that the video would be put out after we return. That same thing with the budget with me, that by the time that goes live, we'll be back from our trip. So when we do get back from our trip, I'll do a unstuffing for the first week of March, and that will have all of our expenses related to our travel. And then we will also hopefully be able to share some pictures and maybe some video from our trip. I'm excited to be able to share that. So let's go ahead and get started. So for date night, we had $30 left over at the end of March or February. So I'm going to set that aside to be able to put towards savings challenges. And we are going to then stuff $30. Kind of feels weird to take 30 out just to put 30 in, but for eating out, my husband ended up being just super busy this last couple weeks, and we didn't end up eating out at all. Other than that date night that we had where we just actually ended up taking it out of date night. And I guess technically we had $80, so we took $5 out of eating out. So I'm gonna take all of this 75 out and put that towards savings challenges as well. And then going to go ahead and stuff $75 in here for, it won't be the first week of March since we'll be on our trip, and anything that we spend during our trip will come out of travel. But since we just decided the money that we allocate for eating out, that I do half at the beginning of the month and halfway through the month, and then we kind of just use that throughout the month, and we don't eat out all that often anyway. For gas, I did not end up needing to fill up my car as expected. So I'm gonna take that $40 and set that aside, but I will put in a new set of $40, and I'm not sure where I actually am with gas. I think I'm still more than half a tank, so I probably won't need to fill up this month either. Groceries, we've got 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3 left over. So I'm gonna take the 3 ones to set aside for the $3 or for the $1 challenge. And then the $30 set aside to go towards our savings challenges. And then we are actually not going to be stuffing groceries because, like I said, we're gonna be traveling this week, and we won't need to buy any groceries for this coming week. When I return, we'll stuff for the week 2, and that's where we'll get groceries for after our return. For household, we have $20, sorry, and we are adding $10, so now we've got $30 for household. My food, I got some sushi this week at work because we're kind of trying to eat up all of the food that we had at home, but we also didn't want to make more food because we didn't want to throw anything away. So it ended up working out to end up buying lunch at work. So I had $2 left over, so I'll stick that for our $1 challenge. And again, like groceries, we're not gonna stuff this week because I'll be on my trip. Pet care, we are going to add in 25, and we've got 4 ones that we are going to take out for our dollar savings challenge. So now we've got 1, 200 in the bank, 20, 40, 65, 70. So $270 for pet care. For spending, we have $10 left over, and we are going to add in 20. So I've got $30 here. And then toiletries. Sorry, I don't know why. Got like a tickle in my throat. So we've got $25 left over. I'm gonna take these 3 ones, put them towards our dollar savings challenge, and then we are going to add in $10. So now we've got $20, $35. So utilities, we are taking out. We're not gonna be cash stuffing this anymore. I'm just going to leave that money in the bank. But we did end up having $15 left over that we didn't end up needing to spend. So that $15 is going to go towards our savings challenges. And then buffer, we have $5 left over, and we are going to add in 5 as well. So now we've got $10 for buffer. And I think one of the things that because I've been using You Need a Budget for, I don't know, probably 10 years, and I really, really like it. I still use it to this day, and probably at some point in the near future, I'm gonna do a video about how I use You Need a Budget with cash stuffing. I know Eva, Better Your Life, I think is what her channel is. I'll put a link to it in the video and in the description. But all of a sudden I'm just blanking on it. But I think it's Better Your Life. I know she uses You Need a Budget as well, and she does a lot of videos where she kind of walks through using You Need a Budget along with her starting cash stuffing. I really love You Need a Budget. It's a little on the pricier side for people, so a lot of people don't necessarily want to start it using it. But if plug here, if you do decide you want to give it a try, they offer a 34-day free trial, and then if you use my link that's down in my description, to sign up for that free trial, and then you decide to go ahead and sign up for a paid membership, we both get or a bonus. I forget exactly what it is. I have it in my description, but I love using it. It's been great. The way I think it works really well with cash stuffing. It's based on the envelope method. It's geared more towards digitally accounting for your money and with digital envelopes instead of cash envelopes, but it can be used with cash envelopes. I'm using it that way right now. But I think one of the things that's been really great about switching over to doing more cash based and not just keeping everything in my bank account and relying on You Need a Budget is that I've become much more intentional about thinking about how much I need to set aside for each category. With You Need a Budget, you can set it up to like, I want to save this amount every month, and it'll remind you to budget that much each month or each week or whatever you want it to be. And in a lot of ways, having it kind of be more automated or set for you is great. But sometimes there were things that I just kind of, excuse me, got a little bit more on autopilot with it and didn't really think about it. Like, oh, maybe I could change it up and, you know, do I really need to save that much money for this particular thing? Or, oh, maybe I should beef up saving a little bit extra towards this other thing. And so I think it just has made me more intentional and think about things much more. So I'm just in 1 month of using cash budgeting, using it with YouTube and everything. Like, I just love doing it, and I love getting to play with money too. And then as a bonus, the people that I've been meeting have just been great. Kind of building what I consider friendships. It's kind of weird because used to kind of having friendships where you've met the person in real life. So, and maybe one day, hopefully, I'll get to meet many of you in person. But being able to, you know, just build those connections with people online, even if you never meet them, it has just been so much fun. So having people get excited and, you know, excited about kitties and telling me about their tattoos and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so next we're gonna turn to our annual binder. So for annual fees, we are going to be adding in 15. So we've got 20, 40, 55, 61. I'm actually going to be changing this up a little bit too. I think I'm going to be buying some of those envelope dividers so that I can actually divide up each of the annual fees into different subcategories rather than having it all be lumped in together. I thought about doing separate envelopes, and maybe one day I will change to that, but I kind of like the idea of having one envelope for it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna order some dividers to put in here and have, you know, one for credit card fees, one for my husband's coaching fees, one for You Need a Budget, and there's another one, but I can't remember what it is. But so yeah, and then for car insurance, we are going to add in 25. So now we've got 200 in the bank, 20, 45. So $245. Also just filmed yesterday my first cash condensing and bill exchange that will go live while I'm on vacation. And it was so much fun doing it, and then now it's just so nice having all these envelopes be much thinner and much easier to count. So if you aren't doing them at all, I highly encourage doing them, even if you don't film them. If you just do cash condensing and bill exchange for yourself. Yeah, I have a threshold of $100 being what I want to put back into the bank. One, for security reasons. I don't really want to keep a ton of cash in my house, just in case, something were to happen. But also, I want to be able to earn interest on the money as quickly as possible. So anytime I get at least $100 by the end of the month in an account, I'm gonna swap it out for a prop bill. And obviously if it's more than $100, then I can swap it out for larger prop bills. But I know there's other people that have higher thresholds or keep all of the cash at home, and obviously do what works for you. I feel like that's the key thing when you're cash stuffing, or even if you don't cash stuff, you just budget, is just do what works for you. Try different things, see what works for you. So so we've got car registration. So we are going to add in $8. So now we've got 155, 6, 7, 8, 9, $160 in car registration. Christmas, we are not stuffing today. Drops, we are going to add in $5. So now we got $50, $65, $70 for drops. I'm still not sure when I'm actually going to need to order my new supply. Our dishwasher tabs are holding on much longer than I thought they would, so we still have another box that we need to use up before I need to order. So I'm probably going to push off the auto shipment back a little bit longer once we return back from our trip, but we'll have the money in here when it's time. For gifts, we're going to add in $10. So now we've got $50, $70, $80, $90 in gifts. Gutters, we are going to add in $5. So now we've got $107 in gutters. Hair, we are going to add in $6. So now we've got 25, 6, 7, 8, $28 for hair. Home insurance, we are adding in $50. So we've got 5, 6, 700 in the bank, 50, 70, 90. So $790 in home insurance. Massage, we're still fully funded there. Getting chair massage the Tuesday that we get back from our trip, which will probably be much needed, even though I think this was going to be an extremely relaxing trip. We still obviously going to be sleeping in weird beds and on a plane to come home, and all of that stuff. So I think the chair massage will be much needed. And then the money in here is for my Christmas massage, which was a massage I got for Christmas. So I'm probably going to be getting that in June, I think. I think May. I think I'm getting it in May. So property taxes, we are adding in $65. So we've got 1,100 in the bank, 50, 65. Okay, and then yoga, we are going to add in 5, so 50, 70, 90, $105. And that is it for this binder. And then next we are going to move to our kind of more irregular sinking funds binder. So for car maintenance, we are going to add in 25. So now we've just got $525 with 500 of that being in the bank. Clothing, we are going to add in 10. So we've got 150, 60, 70, $170. We have a new category I mentioned in my budget with me. My husband just we talked about it last night, so I didn't have a chance to make a new insert to put in here yet, but he occasionally during his coaching seasons will get some food for either like graduating seniors. I'll take them out to dinner at the end of the fall and the spring season, and actually last night he just ended up getting some tacos for some of the kids before the spring season starts. So we hadn't really been setting aside money for doing anything that, and actually most of the money that, or all the money that he spent is actually going to come out of his yoga fund when we do our next cash unstuffing. So we're going to start putting aside money so that he has that and doesn't have to necessarily try to use it, have it come out of his $400 that he gets each month. So we are going to start stuffing this with $5. And then probably the week after we come back from our trip, I'll have a chance to make the cover insert for it. Probably won't be until the week after we get back or something. So might be a couple videos where it'll be like this, but for health, we are not stuffing that today. For home maintenance, we're adding in 25. So we've got 600 in the bank and then 25. So 625. Home miscellaneous, we're gonna add in 15. So we've got 50, 70, 80, 95, $100 here in home miscellaneous. And I think, so we bought a new bedspread at the beginning of February. Love the bedspread, but it's super long. We bought a king size bedspread for our queen size mattress. Partly we did that, actually the main reason we did that is because even with our queen size bedspread that we had before, it never actually hung low enough on the sides to cover the mattress. So you'd always, see part of the mattress, or at least the sheets and stuff when the bed was made. So when I bought the new bedspread, I bought a king size thinking, oh great, it'll go over so we won't see the sheets and stuff anymore. Well, now it's so long, particularly like in the bottom corners, that it touches the floor, and my husband hates that it touches the floor. So I think we don't currently have a box spring, but we're gonna, I think, get a box spring so that we can lift the mattress up some. So that way the bedspread should cover both the mattress and the box spring, but not touch the floor anymore. So when we get back from our trip, I'll probably be ordering that box spring for our bed. And then for home projects, we are adding in $125. So now we've got 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and $100. So $8,100 and 25. So $8,125 in home projects. And then opportunities, we're trying to get this beefed back up because we've been spending stuff out of it. So we're gonna add in 25, and when we do later this month, I'm gonna do a cash stuffing of our tax refund and the bonus money that I got from work. and several of these categories are going to get bulked up a little bit from that. So now we've got 100, 200 in the bank, 20, 40, 55, 60. So $260 for opportunities. And opportunities, I've mentioned before, is just basically, you know, if an opportunity presents itself that we weren't really planning on, like a concert or, you know, just somebody's like, let's get away for the weekend or something like that. You know, wasn't something we were expecting, planning on, weren't saving for, but the opportunity presents itself and we want to do it. So that's where that comes from. And it's just over the last several months, it has been slowly depleted, including paying for us going to a hockey game, and then buying tickets to go to a 2-day music festival later this summer. So so for outdoors, we're gonna add in 10. So now we've got 200 in the bank, 50, 70, 80. So $280. Roof, we're gonna add in 25 as well. So we've got $225 for that. And the first official time that we're going to be stuffing the shop small category, I changed, instead of doing a general kind of giving category that would also include shop small, I decided to move the $20 that we donate each month, just keep that in the bank, and then just designate this as shop small so that from other YouTubers, I can purchase savings challenges or things that I need for our binders, envelopes if I decide I want to not make my own, but I'm ready to have official envelopes that are not just inserts. So kind of just slowly saving up, but occasionally buying things. So today we are going to add in 25 as well, so now we've got 35. I've also got a couple people whose channels that I think I'm going to subscribe to their community. So one of them is Stuff and Budget. I've really enjoyed her channel. She was not the first, but one of the first that I started watching, and I believe she's got a community now that you can pay to join and you get different benefits. And then I think the other one I'm going to do is Cash Budget Insights. She has I think this is how you say it, Ko-fi membership, where you can subscribe and you get access to all of her downloads and stuff, and you can get other benefits depending on which tier you do. So I think I'm going to end up subscribing to both of their memberships this month, and you know, hopefully continue to support them. I wish I could join everybody's memberships, but just kind of wanted to pick a couple at this point. Tattoo, going to add in $5. So now we've got $55. Technology, we're going to add in 10. So now we've got $40. We're not saving up for anything in particular. Both of our phones are working fine, knock on wood, and laptops are working fine, knock on wood. My MacBook is relatively new, and hopefully should last for years to come. And my Apple iPhone is, I think, just over 2 years old, but it's still been working great. Again, knock on wood. And then, so yeah, so hopefully we can just slowly build this up over time. For travel, we're actually going to add in $200. My one, we normally do $100 every week anyway, and then my mother-in-law gave us $100 to put towards our trip, so hence the extra. So now we've got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, so 4,600 in the bank, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, so $4,604. And it'll take a big hit after we get back from our trip, but that is why we saved it. And then vet, we are going to add in 25. So I laugh with Eva from, like I said, I think it's Better Your Life, that a lot of her categories when she budgets is $10, and so it'll be like, oh, another 10, oh, another 10. And seems like for mine, it's a lot of 25. So my 25 is her 10. So we've got 550, 75, so $575. And right after we get back from our trip, I have to take both Cuse and Soda into the vet. Cuse for her checkup with her seizures and everything, and Soda's just a regular annual visit. So a good chunk of that will also get spent in the next couple weeks. So emergency fund is fully funded. Education, we don't need to add anything. This is just saved for class that my husband will take in the fall to finish out a coaching minor that he's taking at the University of Minnesota. And then we are actually getting to start stuffing for our new car. My car is 2007, and it still works generally pretty well, but it's having some issues, and it's also a front wheel drive car, which in the winters is not the easiest to drive, and sometimes can't get certain places. So I'd like to get a all-wheel drive car. Would also kind of like to get a hybrid, but we'll kind of see what happens when we get there and what's available and what interest rates are doing and costs and everything. So I don't expect we'll actually save up enough to pay it in cash, but this would at least cover a good chunk of the payment, and then we just have to get maybe a smaller loan. But so we're gonna add in 125 into new car. And then for our Roth IRAs, I did take back the money that from my cash condensing, and we got this deposited into the bank account and transferred it over to our Roth IRAs and got that invested. So we've already put aside $1,550, and today we are going to add in $100. So now we've got $1,650. Go ahead and color a 100. And then we'll do the same for my husband. So he also has 650. That will get, both of those will get beefed up quite a bit when we do our cash stuffing of our bonus and tax refund. So I'm excited about doing that. For our 100 envelope challenge, we are just adding $10 to this, and I also, just like with the Roth IRA, took the $500 that we had saved last month, or in the last 2 months, and put that into our bank account and transferred it over to our investment account and got that invested. So now we've got that extra $500 invested. So now we've got $530. And this week we're gonna do 4 and 6. And then for our Friday challenge, since it is the first, we're gonna add in a whole $1. So we now have 100 in the bank and also got that invested as well. 10, 11, 12, 13. Then for our scratch and save, for the very first week, we scratched a 100. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. And with the fact that I'm going to be scratching, or this will be done over 2 months, so February or March and April. So I'll be scratching only one per week. We've already done 1/5 of the $500. The other numbers I'm really hoping are going to be significantly smaller. So let me go ahead and pick the next one that we're gonna do. Okay, so we got 50 this time. That is much more manageable. So next week I will stuff $50 into this and we will be a good chunk of the way there. And then up next we've got our 52-week challenge. So we are adding in $3 today. So that should be our remaining 3. So now we've got 200 that I've got invested already, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So $119. And we are just gonna do the 3. Okay. And then before we turn to stuffing the rest of this, what I'd like to do is take the money that we had left over from our spending that we didn't spend in February and put that towards this so that we can get this finished off. So let's see, so we've got, so let's see, let me just go ahead and add this. So we've got 300, let's see. So this row will be 75, 10. So we should need 155. Yes, so let me go ahead and get that. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 55. So that should come in here. So that should give us $300 now. So 50, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 70, 85. Let's count that again. Okay, so we've got 51, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 95, 300. Okay, there we go. And then I will just go ahead and color this off camera, save you having to watch me fill in that many. And then for this one, for our March, which is here, I've got $90. This is the money that we are not spending towards groceries or the food that I would normally get if I ate at work or something. So since we're not going to be spending that this month because we'll be on our trip, I'm going to go ahead and do it here. So I'm going to do the first row and I'll come back and color that. So that's 75. And we've got 90. So I'll do 15. So it should be 75, 85, 90. Okay. So I'll color that off camera. That'll give us a good start for completing that challenge. And then since I've got $35 here from money that we didn't spend this month, I am going to add in $5 into our 52-week challenge. So that will now give us $210 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So $224. And then I've got 30 here that I'll add to the 100 envelope challenge. And I'm gonna add, since I already did 30, I'm gonna do 10 and 18. So now we've got 500, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So $560 in our 100 envelope challenge. Oops. And then last but not least, I've got some ones to add to our $1 saving challenge. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm gonna add. And just like I mentioned in my Budget With Me video, for keeping the change that's from where I round up on my spending, I'm gonna count my $1 challenge at the end of March and bring that money into, or I'll put that towards my mortgage at the end of March. So got that. So I think that is it. So we got the $300 February challenge completed. So I'll get this deposited back into the bank and put it towards our mortgage this month and make an extra payment. But other than that, I think that is all it. Trying to say too many sentences all at one time. That is it. I thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you being here. And if you wouldn't mind, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day.